our strategic plan is based upon growth, and that growth comes from new products.
The global new product lifecycle is really a process that captures all the elements of a new product from the point in time where it's just an idea to the point in time when it leaves our doors and it's into the marketplace.
It tends to make things more clear than they were before. So instead of sitting on a team and wondering who's really responsible for brand naming or outcomes research or prototype design, now it's clear as to which division is responsible to perform that task.
So the challenge to date is how to do what we're doing better and faster in order to be that successful healthcare company, in 2000, 2005.
One of the key things for us in terms of being successful with our strategy is being fast to market. I think the main problem that we were having is that projects were taking too long. It was taking us too long to get products to market. And our business is becoming more and more competitive, more like the computer business and the software business, where once you get a product out, you only have a limited amount of time before competition is going to come in with a better product. You want to be first to market. You don't want to be second, third, or fourth to the market.
Prior to the global new product life cycle, there were certain gaps that were identified. One of them was the fact that we brought together a team who really didn't have a roadmap to take them from idea concept through base business.
And so we saw a need to address this issue. And so in collaborating with operations, Ben and I collaborated on the creation of the Global New Product Lifecycle to assign accountability and ownership to various divisions and to ensure that team members are clear on their part of the process.
And what this exercise forced is people across divisions and at different levels of the organization committing to one tool that specified how a project is structured and what activities needed to be done within the project.
We recognized also that there was a tremendous burden on the project leaders to get a whole list of things done in each of the different stages. And so we saw a need to push more of the accountability down to the individual team members so that they could help the project team leader meet particular launch target dates.
It takes the best of the activities that we have been doing, such as the team approach, and adds a strategy for global market introduction. It adds an element that requires the team to think about risk management, taking risk, so that they can move a product quicker to market.
So what it does is, in matrix form, compartmentalizes by division and by department activities that must be completed in different phases of the development cycle. So that's one element of the matrix. The other element is that it incorporates the activities of new business development into our internal research and development process.
We could do everything from license a technology that or may not even have a product associated with it yet, but which we may want to feed into some of our products, some of the products that we develop on our own internally. When I say we, I mean Ethicon. To a prototype, to a product that's in late stage development, to a product that's already been approved but's not being sold, to a product that's being sold. So that the whole thing there is that, and what the chart is trying to indicate is that new business development, depending on what it is, can come in at any point on that process.
If you look at the idea and concept phase under the Global New Product Lifecycle, it's a very important phase to really identify with the customer. So under this phase, it puts a lot of emphasis on understanding who our customer is and what their needs are.
Somebody has an idea, they want to go test it out, they want to see, first of all, what type of patents might already exist in that area that might be in the way, or they may want to determine whether they could patent their own ideas. They go out and they talk to customers, they get some feedback, they decide, well, this is either a good idea or maybe it's not such a good idea. That's what you're doing in the concept phase.
Feasibility is really the phase where you're still defining your product. You don't know exactly what you want to make. You know what you want the product to do, and you're probably going through a variety of designs that could all do what you intend, but you're trying to choose the best of the group that you have.
The feasibility phase of the project is probably the most important, because then you're looking at all of the issues. You know, what is the product going to look like? How is it going to work? How are we going to build it? What are we going to name it? You know, how is it going to fit into the existing market? You're doing all of the phases and refining of what that project's going to look like.
Development is, to my mind, you know what you want to make, and you defined it, and at that point you need to structure a process to manufacture that product or device in a repeatable manner.
This is a point in time where we need to make sure that we've developed and start implementing a global marketing plan. And what this does is really focuses on a lot of the pre-launch activities related to making sure you have a good product position, a good pricing strategy, and an excellent promotional plan.
Implementation is an exciting part of the process in that you finally get to see the rewards of all the work that you've done. You get to launch the product, you get customer response, get feedback, you get sales, you get profit. That's a very exciting part of the phase, but it's in no way the end of the phase now, according to the Global New Product Life Cycle.
In the past, once we've made saleable product and the process has proved successful, there are times when the project teams have been disbanded and move on to other opportunities. They go on to other project teams. But the addition of the base business phase is clearly placing upon the team a challenge to improve the process in production, to make the efficiencies better.
The stabilization of a product is a very important phase of the global new product life cycle for two reasons. Basically, it's the first time when we see the product out in the market, meaning used by a lot of surgeons for a lot of patients. And the second important aspect is that this is giving us new design input for improved products and for next generations of products.
So it's almost, you know, a roadmap of success where we know where we are at each phase, whether it's idea and concept or feasibility or development. By putting different categories of tasks within each of those areas, we know where we are at any given time.
Human resources and finance are very critical to the global new product life cycle because they support every stage and they support the team throughout all of the stages. So certainly when we're doing concept and feasibility work, the finance organization is very key in determining whether this is going to be a value-added activity for us.
What this involves is bringing a lot of different disciplines, skills, abilities together so that you can be competitive in the marketplace. So it kind of gives us a common song sheet to sing off of so that we can bring all these things in coordination together. You know, people are the glue, it's the essence of making this process work. If you don't have the right people there that are experts in what they do, you'll never have harmony and great music.
It's important for this to be a global effort because we rely so heavily on our global affiliates to bring new products to market. So all of our new product development teams are global in nature, and we rely on those resources to get projects done.
We have been working very efficiently as a global team, and the good thing is that we didn't have to sit together around one table. We can do a lot of things by phone, by email, and have still a very efficient way of communication.
The life cycle in isolation, you know, it's a document, it's a chart on the wall. What's really exciting is if we really can put that into practice, and it really is successful in facilitating, accelerating product development, facilitating integration of new technologies and moving those to the marketplace, and having those be successful, that's what's really exciting for Ethicon.